So today is April 10th, 2019, and the time is 19:35 hours. So, as you see from this morning, I've clearly demonstrated that this place is nothing but a fraud. Okay? The CUCS Kelly program is a danger to its female clients and other vulnerable clients. People have been robbed, people have been strong armed. So, it's clear that this is a program that's a racket. Okay, I'm in the hospital now. My sugar was at 560, and these people went through this move. They ended up packing up everybody's medication. Nobody knew what medication for anybody was, and I wasn't able to get to my insulin. So for 2 days, my sugar has been jacking up, jacking up, jacking up. My heart pressure was up. I just want to get back to making music, man. I just want to, I'm not interested in money. I'm not interested in profiting off this shit. My main concern is I don't want to see people being taken advantage of. I don't like to see people in danger. I guess that comes from my time, with the fire department and police department. I'd like to protect people that are, being bullied. And we've had a lot of women that have come through there that have been, affected, and these people treat it like it means nothing to them. They will hide these cases. They will not report incidents of sexual misconduct, sexual aggression, and a lot of these women that are coming through this program, they're psychologically challenged, or they may have issues with drinking or drugs, and this is when these issues tend to happen. Now, I'm not Superman or nothing. I know these things happen, but they always tell you, if you see something, say something. This is the police motto, and I've seen quite a bit of issues in this program where nowhere else in the universe would you cover this up. And this goes back to the lady that was kicked in the face on the subway a couple weeks back. Under normal circumstances, police would be called, there would be our arrests, there would be prosecution. But what we notice with these programs is they house these predatory people who commit these crimes of aggression against vulnerable people who can't defend themselves. And I'm not going to stand there and just witness that shit while these people cover it up. That just goes against my grain. And, I got a mother, I got a daughter, I got female relatives that, we all do. And you wouldn't let your family go through this shit. You wouldn't let a little kid on the street be victimized by predatory behavior. And yet these organizations, they want to keep these predators and keep them incommunicado, in a shadow, so that they can house them in unsuspecting neighborhoods. You understand? And I can't stand there in good conscience and allow that to continue without documenting it and putting it to the public, because unfortunately, not everybody is of this caliber, but it makes us all get put into the same bucket. You understand? I was a 9/11 responder. I went through hell. I seen a lot of shit, in my time. And I'm sorry, I can't stand there in good conscience and allow people to be victimized. That's just not going to happen. And I'm not, like I said, I'm not Superman. I got health issues. But what this program is that they willingly and willfully cover up these issues. And they don't report it to the police. They don't put it into any public document. They just write little reports on their computer. And if you go against their program, or if you go against their belief that it's okay to have sexual predators in a co-ed operation, especially sexual predators who are continuing to behave this way, and they just cover it up, then something wrong with that. And you have to investigate it, because You have these people that are coming in there and you don't know what their past is. You don't know if they've raped other women on the street. You know, we had one individual that sleeps right across from me that I complained about today. And this guy has, I've seen it where he's threatened other women. He's threatened staff members, female. He does this with women only because he won't do this to a man. He does this with women. He did some shit yesterday, you know. And then last week he was trying to, you know, come onto a little 15, 14-year-old girl. You know what I'm saying? And you can't do that shit, you know. A male client testified to that in front of the police and in front of the supervisor. And they were, you know, they called the police on me. I get the police called on me. Right now, I'm on an insulin drip. I'm on a saline drip, you know, to lower my sugar because, you know, they wouldn't let me have my sugar for 2 days because they didn't know. They didn't know where the medication was. So everybody had to go without medication for 2 days. We haven't had heat in this new location. You understand? The building is still under construction. So people who have breathing problems have to breathe in this you know, contaminated air with wood and, you know, all the shit that they're working with, you know. And I think that it's just this organization needs to have an investigation of what they're writing on these reports, how it is that you're housing sexual predators and you're not advising these neighborhoods that you have a sexual predator. I think there's a law that requires you to notify communities when a sexual predator is in your neighborhood. And I think they use loopholes to avoid notifying these communities. And something really needs to be seen on how they're writing these reports, because if they're misusing and abusing the 9/11 system to retaliate against those of us who are trying to change the way this operation is being run, then obviously somebody needs to really look at this investigation and really study what's going on, because unfortunately something bad is going to happen with many of these predators that are, you know, obviously they're not being rehabilitated and they need to be in a facility where you have this type of, you know, where they know how to deal with things like that. You don't keep these people in a co-ed male-female facility when they show tendencies to being a threat to women. I've had to stand up to this dude several times, you know, when he had tried to attack women on several occasions. He tried to attack staff members. This is this guy. I had another guy that tried to attack a female, you know, open your mouth, you know, and it's like, no, you know, that I'm not going to stand there and watch that shit, and I'm not going to let you put hands on a woman, you know. That's just the way that I am. I'm old school, you know what I'm saying? That's not going to happen. So I'm hoping that somebody will look at this shit and look at it for what it is, you know, because I know I've been harping on it a lot, but you people have not seen. And if you did, and if you knew what was going on in this organization, you would have it shut down, and you'd investigate all these organizations, because they obviously say that it's okay to house these people, that sexual predators deserve to be housed. No, I think they deserve to be housed on Rikers Island or Attica or upstate somewhere, but you don't house these people in any neighborhood that could be prone to kids, you know, women, old people, you know, you don't house them in there, man. That's inappropriate. I don't care how much you want to make off of this shit, because it seems that these people only get paid if you house people in these neighborhoods. But if you're a sexual predator, you need to be locked the fuck up on the straight, because we're not going to tolerate that shit in a neighborhood where people are trying to live at peace. They work hard, they pay their bills. You're not going to house these sexual predators in unsuspecting neighborhoods so that they can victimize those people in those new neighborhoods after you had them here attacking women under your watch. I'm not going to allow it, okay? I'm not going to allow it. As St. Michael is my patron saint, believe me, I'm not going to allow it. You understand? I'm not going to allow it. It's not going to happen. I don't care if they put me on the street, retaliatory, anything that they do right now. All this is retaliatory. All this is retaliatory because they don't want to report these sexual attacks that are occurring in the transient housing program. But I'm not going to have it. My badge may have only been auxiliary, but I stood for what I patrolled. I patrolled my neighborhoods and I made sure that these people were safe, okay? I believed in what I was doing. I believed in what my shield was, okay? And as an auxiliary fireman, I believed in my mission objective to protect people. And that doesn't stop when I'm a civilian. That's just ingrained in me from the training, okay? I'm not going to have it. So if these organizations want to continue to house sexual predators, murderers, robbers, thieves, all this shit, and then they want to put it in your neighborhood, and you see them continually calling the cops on me, you know what that's for. So I just want to put this down. I'm not a superhero, but I have my you know, it's GP, man, general principle. General principle. Again, I'm Paul Isaac, and this is who I am. You know, I'm going through the homeless program, trying to pick my life up. But while I go through hell, I'm going to protect those in my charge. You know, that's it. I'm not. That's somebody's grandmother. That's somebody's daughter. That's somebody's sister. You know, that little old lady. Had I been on that train, that shit would not have happened. You know, whatever would have happened to me in that aspect, believe me, I would have jumped on top of her before he would have never had the chance to do anything like that, because I do that on a regular in this place. So, you know, unfortunately, I'm still trying to come up off the street. But while I'm here on hell, I'm you know, Michael is my patron saint. So wherever I go, he goes with me.